countdown, and it is starting now. Perfect. Okay, here goes that. I don't know if it's all jumpy or if it's actually recording properly. I don't know. I can't stop it to check it. Hopefully everything's fine. What was I going to do? I'm looking for my notes. I need my notes. Okay, hello everyone. How you doing? It's my anniversary. It would have been. I don't know what to say. It's an anniversary today, which sucks. How's everyone doing? My name's Rob. You're watching Str8 Talk. You're watching a YouTube clip. This is Str8 Talk, though. I'm doing a special segment on Narcissist. There's gonna be quite a few episodes in total. I originally thought 1 to 5, but when I did all the research I did, I found out there's gonna be a couple more episodes. Some informations are from professional counselors, doctors, stuff like that. Healthcare professions, basically, and other things are support groups, information that I get in regards to questions and some answers. Most things that I'm looking into are like 100% factual, but I myself, I am not a counselor, I am not a doctor, I'm not a support worker or anything like that. I'm just merely someone who, like most of you who are probably checking this out, fell victim. You can find out more details about that as the episodes go on. Once in a while I'll say my situation and what I'm teaching, or not teaching, but sharing. So in the description it says what today's episode's about. I think there's like 5 things I listed. So let's start off with a couple quick questions that were answered, and one's a smart ass answer and the other one is it's vague. But anyways, first question is, why do narcissists like to put you down? Like, what do they get from doing this? They get the perception that they are now in a better position than you, making themselves look better, but they fail to realize that they are, for the most part, putting themselves down as recognized by 99.9% of other people. Even though other people do recognize it, a narcissist doesn't believe it. They'll only believe what like they choose to believe. Like, they can convince themselves and people around them of lies. Like, just why can't you argue with a narcissist and ever win? Okay, here's the short answer. 3 simple reasons that it's hard to win an argument with a narcissist. Number 1, they are more interested in winning than in the truth. Number 2, they shift the blame for everything that goes wrong to you in order to avoid feeling bad about themselves. Number 3, they do not really care about you very much, so they have very little incentive to back down. So the punchline of the whole thing, it's not a joke, but it is pointless to argue with most people with NPD, it's narcissistic personality disorder, because they usually care more about winning than resolving the differences of telling the truth. So there's phrases that are very common they will use to control you. Okay. You don't understand, don't you see, you're killing me. Narcissists use those sentences when you're trying to have a calm and reasonable conversation with them about something they would say or done and they couldn't answer or explain it. So that's just like, they're like, oh, like, stop talking to me type of deal, right? Stop being so sensitive. Now, when a narcissist says or does something that sets you off, they will often try to justify their actions by calling you sensitive in one of their ways of absolving themselves of responsibility while maintaining their hold on you. You are crazy, jealous, bipolar, or narcissist. They are envious of you, but they wish to devalue you and manipulate you into behaving that you are the source of all their envy, hatred, and jealousy. They want you to question yourself and believe that you are the root of all problems. Now, after being called one over and over, like, and just like, what the fuck, right? I will admit that I said, actually, you're the narcissist, and I will say that, like, I think you're bipolar, like, you know, it runs in the family, people above and below that are, you know, but it's hard to say. But looking into the stuff I looked into, like, I don't want to get off topic with this one yet, so sorry. You're reading too much into this. They say it when you start realizing what is really happening to you, and they can't lie or hide things anymore. They make you question your perspective skills and how you see reality when they see it coming. Like, even when they're slipping up, and, like, you know, you catch them cheating pretty much without catching in, like, red-handed, like, it's just like they can slip up and say something, and then you call them out on what they say, and then it's like, you're reading too much into this. Say they don't have quite the argument back, because they're not gonna like just put it out there. But then some of them, when they don't care and are being vindictive, like being straightforward and vindictive, they'll tell you straight up, like, yes, whatever. Then there's the, you're nothing without me. Now, once you start to figure out how a narcissist works, you see how they use it to manipulate to get what they want. What they want with you is not a relationship. Instead, they want to be in charge of you, and they do that by making you crazy, lowering your self-esteem, and making you believe you can't survive without them. Not always the case. Like, some people, and very empathic people, they fall in love. And when you fall in love with a narcissist, because, you know, everything's fucking great at the beginning, it's like you're being used and you don't realize it. And when you finally realize it, like, you know, I don't need you, they make it seem like you need me more than I need you, type of deal. And it's, when you're in love, it's like you almost believe it. Like, you start lowering your self-esteem, like, I do need you, I do, like, it's whatever. It sucks is what it does. But do narcissists enjoy seeing you suffer? Some do. I can't remember which of the 7 types of narcissist does, but narcissists don't wish to see you suffer. They just really need you to play your part, which basically means you need to give up any sense of agency, replacing such agency with the narcissist as your new leader, mentor, and guide. You must never feel better than a narcissist, and seeing as they typically lay low in pretty dark, energetic places, then so must you. You must take on any feelings of shame, paranoia, hurt, worthlessness, unlovability, which they feel, so that they don't have so they don't have to own their own feelings, if that makes sense. Okay. It really does seem like they want to see you suffer, but they don't. They just want you to take part on their suffering, or take on their suffering, I mean, so that they don't have to, right? So if they wake up and they're sad, you're sad that day. If they're in a good mood, don't be happier than them. Like, small things like that can actually, if you don't mind living like that, it can make your relationship last longer. Once again, if you're empathic, normally when you sense the feeling, you start feeling the same feeling of the other person. So it's kind of like, you know, just if you don't want to have, like, you know, always feel depressed and down, and you know you're with a narcissist, get away from them. Just when you go, just go and don't look back. Okay, so this is what happens when you confront a narcissist. If you confront a narcissist about their lies, cheating, or behavior, they will rarely raise their hand and admit their mistake. Instead, they use a combination of tactics they have developed over the years to deflect blame. These methods are designed to confuse you, shift blame to you, and get them off the hook. Narcissists don't care about doing the right thing for you or their conscience. Here's a summary of common tactics narcissists use when confronted with. Basically, when you're encountering a situation. Okay. Number one. Well, there's no number, but attacking you. Now, often they play up the offensive is the best form of defense rule. So when you encounter them, they may attack you. They may be startling as unexpected. They can attack you about something related or something that has nothing to do with what you mentioned. Does not matter. They attack, and they attack hard. This is your position in the back. While you were busy defending yourself, your original point of view was forgotten. The water spoils. This could be just nonsense. An example I got here is someone confronted their ex about cheating. She immediately attacked him, demanding to know why they waited till 10 o'clock to talk to her at night. If you encounter a narcissist, stay focused on what you're facing about them and don't let them shift the focus on you. Best advice to give for that. Like, really watch out for what's happening. Don't let it confuse you. Don't let it fuck with your head, because if you're empathic, your psychosis, you're going to start really turning into a different person, and it's not good. No one wants to be as depressing or as depressed as you can become, or dealing with the anxiety, or starting to go the bipolar yourself or anything like that. No one wants to have these problems, these mental health problems in their life. So if you recognize them early, deal with them early. Like, go. Number two, they're not numbered. Reject. Narcissists may deny it until the end of time, even if you have a clear evidence. Like, I've seen them deny taking money from a wallet, even though they were caught red-handed on camera. It's frustrating, but they know if you keep denial, there is a tiny speck of doubt in your mind. They are playing on this. So it's like, like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Like, okay. Oh, here's a big one. Gaslighting. A lot of people actually want to know what gaslighting means. Okay, so a narcissist may rewrite history to get themselves out of trouble. They change the facts of things that happen, although both of you know the truth. They do this to make you doubt your sense of reality. Once you doubt your sense of reality, they know they can get away with anything, and they'll use this as an exit condition for everything. You have a bad memory. If you spend a lot of time with them and they do it often, it can cause psychological harm. A year straight of doing like this to me I am psychologically harmed, and this is helping me to understand and get back to normal. It's part of my counseling and stuff that I'm part of. So next one, they provoke you. Do they ever? Okay, so narcissists know the significant weakness of others, things they're allergic to. Like a narcissist will spend a lot of time noticing what is bothering them, because they know that they can use this to take to their advantage. When they know that they're wrong, they use things they're sensitive to provoke you. They bring up your problems to provoke your anger. If you are paranoid about your job, they will tease it. When you react angrily, they change the argument to be about your reaction. Why'd you call me this? And because you are angry, it is easier to lose focus. So try to remain calm and not respond to their provocations, and remember your original point of view. And with myself, like, even for someone like people who smoke weed and stuff like that, like sometimes you just forget like instantly what the hell you were just talking about. Don't choose your battles. if you can't stay focused. Like, don't choose them for the big ones. Maintain control and calm, and if you have to, write it on your hand or something like that, and just look at your hand. I mean, oh yeah, this is why I'm talking to you. Next, blame you. Narcissists are good at turning the things that they've done into your fault. She brought me to her. They may even use twisted logic, like they don't care as long as they can blame you. Narcissists sometimes try to gain a positive out of their negative behavior. I cheat on you because you didn't love me enough. Like, that's actually them demanding you love them more because of their crappy behavior. Right? And that's where my fear is right now, is while we're having this like separation thing going on, is that like today's my anniversary, and that's one of the things that's killing me, knowing or thinking she's been basically having an affair for a while, talking to someone, which is why she's been having this agenda, and she's like I'm so torn. I was devoted to my wife, like devoted to anything for her and my family, and like right now it's there's a no contact until a trial coming up, and it sucks. Like, it sucks, and I'm fighting everything because of what she put me through, and it's like she's playing victim. She's like exaggerating. She's lying, straight up lying, and it's like, what the hell? But anyways, which one did I just do? The blame you. Okay, so they play the victim. Narcissists sometimes invoke things from their past as an excuse for the behavior. May be related or completely unrelated. You know, I had a bad upbringing. If it is a female, it may occupy waterworks and blame themselves in an exaggerated way. They know most people feel sorry for them, and they calm down, but they are crocodile tears, like completely fake. They're designed to get them off the hook. Like I've watched her try to cry, like there was no tears. Like, she can't do that when she's fake crying. She's like, there's no tears. Like, she can't even water up. But the fact that she's doing them is like, the fuck. So underestimate. Narcissists sometimes try to act like it's not a big deal. Yes, so what? This may be confusing. It might make you wonder if you're overreacting, and they know this. Example, next tried to act as if nothing had happened the day after confronting her about cheating her. Hope to act normal, to let it slide. Yes, correct. And ask yourself, how would they react if you did the same to them, and would you feel justified to get off the hook if you did? I don't understand. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, so the last thoughts on that is narcissists often navigate these tactics until they find the right way. I've watched them do that, and they will do so even if it means contradicting themselves. For example, they may deny that this happened and then blame you. But how can they blame you for something that didn't happen? You listen closely. They often make mistakes, right? So stay calm, stay focused on what you want to say. They do not want a rational discussion. They want to turn it into a messy emotional argument. This way they are less likely to be exposed. They don't want to hear the harsh codebacks. Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot to have that one thing loaded. Anyone talking? No? Okay. Let's see here. Where are we? I'm up on this one. Okay, so next, how to make a narcissist miss you after a discard. I'm live. It says you're live right How to make a narcissist miss you after a discard. To make a narcissist miss you, you need to stop discussing the issues and problems you had with them. Stop arguing. Stop fighting. Stop giving them a reaction. Stop telling them that you disagree with them, because when you're doing that, you're telling them that it's still important to you, that you're showing them that you care. But when you don't, they're very confused. It tells them that you're unbothered. It makes them wonder what else you're doing. They will assume that you're involved in something that's more important to you. Don't talk about the relationship with any mutual friends or family members. You should only confide in people who you can trust. Don't talk about it on social media. Don't mention anything about narcissists or toxic people in social media, because they may be stalking your social media, and you don't want them to know that the discard is having a negative effect on you. If you do this correctly, they won't have any information about how you feel. Okay, now I'm Sagittarius. I'm a blunt, honest person. I'll say exactly how I feel, because whatever. Like, this is all fresh. I'm hurt, and it sucks. So, I think I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I miss my family. I miss my kids. I miss all of them. Like, I have kids with her, and I have stepkids. I miss every single one of them, and this is killing me. Like, killing me. Like, I spent all day yesterday looking at my wedding pictures that I have and all that, and just, you know, I look forward to going to work now, because I'm not, if I were to go back home, I'm not working no more. But where I go, I'm able to sit there, not near anybody, because it's an empty place. And if I need to, I can break down and just fucking cry it all out. Take an hour to do it. I don't care. I don't care if I seem manly or not. If you need, or like you know what I mean. I let it out. It's one of my coping things. My counselors have told me, like, it's a good idea. If you need to, do it, because, like, a lot of this is overwhelming. My situation is overwhelming, and it sucks. I miss her completely. Everything about her, except for the negativity, the toxicity that she would influence for no reason. And it's like why? Because you see I'm in, like, a good mood or something. Like, what is going on in your head? You'll never get the answer. You'll never get the answer. You're just wrong. You're wrong for asking. And it's like, the previous episode I've mentioned, like, there's things that can amplify a narcissist. So, like, you might be with someone who seems normal, seems 100% normal, but once you indulge in something that's like illegal, we'll say, it will amplify the narcissist that's within some people. And those people suck. Those people are, it's horrible. Like, it's crushing me with what's going on in so many ways, and I just want it all back to normal. Like, now that I've studied what I've studied, I can honestly say that I can handle it differently. Why did we get along so well in the beginning? Well, because in the beginning I wasn't working, so she got all my attention, and that's what a narcissist wants. They want all of your attention all day. So that's a big thing. Turning into a workaholic to try to provide for your family, even though you think you're doing something right, you're doing something wrong. Now, that's not a narcissist, brainwashing me and thinking that I'm wrong for this. That's a harsh reality. If you're a workaholic, now if you're working normal hours, like, even part-time is better, but if you have a big family, you need more hours than that, or a good paying job. So it's kind of like, you gotta make that pedestal nice and shiny and hold that up if you're trying to maintain the relationship. How you feel? Okay, enjoy your life. Do things that you like to do. and then you can post it on social media. You can show the narcissist how much fun you're having without them. You can show them that you're not just sitting at home crying about them. You can take pictures with other people to show them that you're not alone. Stop communicating with them. You should block them and move on. And by doing that, it will actually make them miss you and will make them want you back. They will hover you, but you shouldn't respond to their hover attempts, because they might just come back to punish you. They might come back to get revenge. They don't love you. They're just using you for self-medicate and relieve their stress. They're just using you to feed their ego, and they're only coming back to you because you couldn't find someone else. You're just an option to a narcissist. They're just bored and lonely. They don't want to be alone. And that's another thing, was like, comments that were made, like, I worked snow shift things, and this caused a huge problem this year in January. She called me while I'm at work, accusing me of stuff, but she ends up saying to me just prior, like, I'm gonna have a friend start coming over because it's boring being here all alone all night. What the fuck? Well, why would you say that? Like, like, that to me right there was like, you're giving it away that you're about to cheat on me. Like, that hurt. I was so crushed. And then she called me the next night and started giving me problems because my phone's getting notifications that I'm that the security camera's going off, and then all of a sudden I'm getting a phone call like, why do you keep checking the camera? But I'm not checking the camera. And it's like, the more you're accusing me of checking this camera, the more pissed off I'm getting, because I'm not lying to you. I'm not checking. Why you fucking keep accusing me? So I'm getting angry now. I'm getting irritated. Oh, I need to calm down. It sounds like you're guilty. I'm driving a fucking plow, trying not to hit cars and shit like that in the middle of the night. Like, and now you're making me think that you're with someone, trying to cause a fight so you can have a reason to say, well, we were fighting. Like, just certain things, like, it crushed me so much, because I'm, like I said, I'm very empathic. And it causes me the next day to be so blunt and straightforward and honest about anything. Go ahead, ask a question, I'll say something. So I end up saying, like, arguing with her over my stepson putting a crusty milk thing in the sink after I told him to clean his room, and I just finished doing the dishes, and I was like, get down here and clean these. And she's accusing me of yelling at him from the bottom of the stairs. Was like, I'm all the way in the kitchen. I have to yell so I can go do a hall up the stairs, do a shut door, right? Get down here and do these dishes. That started a whole war. So I came straight out and I was honest about, like, why you're acting like this. Like maybe you wouldn't be so irritated if this wasn't happening. And that just, that really pissed her off. And that was our second fight, to the point where it was the first time she walked out. But anyways, they miss provoking you. That's another reason why they want to come back to you after they get rid of you. They miss irritating you. They miss making you miserable, which is why you need to cut them off. You need to remove them from your life. You need to focus on yourself. You need to go no contact, and when you do that, a narcissist will miss you. Now, granted, let's say that that's the point. You got them missing you, and you miss them. Are you willing to put yourself in that position? If you're devoted to the person you love, why wouldn't you? See, and this is not like, I don't think this is psychologically I'm fucked because of what she did to me. I genuinely would do anything for this woman. Like, I support her in anything she chooses. She wants to quit and do a different job. I supported her choice and her new job. Like, the other day, the episode was going over the 7 different types of narcissists, and one's materialistic, right? Now, she's got to have the best of everything. Now, it's not with everything, but a lot of research goes into what she uses, and she wants this because this is this. It's like, okay, I'll go buy you a $30 paintbrush instead of this, like, $20 one, or this $10 one, or this $2 one. But you understand the quality of the tool. So it's like, okay, fair enough. I understand. Like, I can see that I'm doing it, not because I think she's being materialistic or whatever. It's because I'm trying to support her. I'm trying to make sure that she, I know you did the research. I know this is gonna be good. So if this is what you use, let's use. Well, like, we're painters, and I was a painter, We were a painter and renovating company, and she would only want Purdy. Like the name brand Purdy is like, okay, these are like $30 paintbrushes. The exact same ones from Sherwin-Williams, like exact same, like just house brand, are only like, $10 cheaper. Make more money if you save money, but it was whatever. So I made it a habit of always using Purdy. But then one day I owed so much money in supplies because of like this one customer who wasn't paying, and I needed more paintbrushes. So I grabbed the house brand, and the house brand are identical, like identical. But this is after she quit the job, so it's like, okay. Well, I start buying those ones unless the Purdy's are on sale, because there's if you, it's the handle. It's about the handle, like whatever. So like I said, so that's like a materialistic thing. But it's not. It's a I support you thing. She doesn't go for the most expensive clothes and like accessories and all. She doesn't really care about any of that stuff. She knows what she wants by doing it. Now when she switched over to upcycling furniture, she shows me these brushes that are like 30-40 bucks a piece. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, and we're kind of like arguing and fighting at this time, and I think it was just before Christmas, whatever, that she brought that up. So I ended up, oh, this was for our anniversary last year. I ended up ordering 5-pack of these brushes for her. That was like 200 bucks, and I got her some of these paints, a specific paint made by Fusion, and these little itty bitty things are like 20-30 bucks. And then like for a jar, like a mason jar, a liter of it is like 60-70 bucks. But the quality of the paint is like fantastic. It's the best of the best for doing stuff like furniture and stuff like that. So there's my recommendations. Anyways, it's love and devotion to support, not acknowledging that they're this type of narcissist, like type of deal. So there is a difference, I think. Sorry, 1 second. There is a big difference. Like right now, I'm in a no contact because it's a court issue. So whatever. When I was doing calls to my daughters and all that, like she'd keep talking to me, and it's like my daughters are right there, so I'm like acknowledging I'm answering, the questions and stuff, but I'm not acknowledging anything really else much. But it was one of those honest things where like I missed her so much. I still do. It's like why have we got to do this? Don't want to do this. Like I said, today's my anniversary, so I'm gonna have a hard day today. I already know it. I had a hard day today. Yesterday, because it's after midnight. So, I gotta go back out to Mississauga today and go do some work. So, anyways, what does a narcissist do when they are sad? This is the final thing I'm going to talk about. It's a big one. It's a very, very big one, so bear with me. It's really going to suck. Sorry, and I'm seeing my mind's already just memories, and I miss my kids like so much. I miss everything about being at home. I miss like the home cooked meals. I miss when we were trying to make structure, like why she kept giving up on stuff like that. It's like, and that should have been my sign right there that to look more into this narcissism stuff, because narcissists really don't care about their kids. Like it's like they do, but they don't. But when I was home all the time, I felt ignored. Like I made songs about this. I felt ignored all the time, and so I'd start playing games on my phone because she's always playing games on her phone. And then one day I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make music instead, because I like making music, and it's where I let myself out. And I made like 46 songs in a small period of time. And those 46 songs, even though I'm like talking about the government, if you listen to all the words, I'm talking about my relationship. The whole, like, I predicted everything that's happening within my writing in these songs, because when she'd make me feel certain ways, you're making my mood be what it is. So I would go and I'd start writing on my phone, notepad thing, and that would allow me to release it later when I found the right music to fit it with and all that. So like right now I'm on a kick of, that's why I didn't make an episode last night, which I'm sorry for people that are following every night. I'm just been releasing music, some videos that are just appealing to watch. Other ones are just like how I'm doing this right now on this webcam, because all my cameras and my recording studio, my movie making stuff, it's all on my computer at home, and this laptop doesn't have anything close to what I have. So it's like the program I'm using to make it, I'm paying like a subscription, so they take the watermark off. So I'm using videos that I already made that have nothing to do with me. I'm just kind of piecing it together towards the song. It's just something to enjoy watching instead of a picture when you listen to music. I would tell you, like, basically, you're on the right channel. You're just on a different section right now. This is the people section. You want to go to my music section, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I have a drink, and I'm going to get into this. I notice I say a lot tonight. Okay, so let's go back to this. What does a narcissist do when they are sad? For a narcissist, moments of truth are too difficult to bear, especially when it's pointing out how they lied, cheated, stole, etc. The classic narcissist personality typically insists that the world must be wrong. They react unpredictably when the world pierces his or her illusion. Now, losing control of a situation which keeps a narcissist thriving will shatter his or her world. So when you call him out, like basically I called her out, I'm like, you're toxic, you're the narcissistic. Oh yeah, it gets worse. It gets worse. Like, tries to like turn kids against you and all that. Like, it's just, anyone around they can talk to, like they will try to make, like, they go on a smear campaign. I'll wait till I get to the end in case it's not written in here. I can't remember if it's in this note. A smear campaign, in case someone's wondering, is when they block you on all social media types because they're talking so much shit about you. So much shit everywhere, and they're playing victim at the same time. So it's like, you know, like, oh, I was in a very abusive relationship, and like whatever. Oh, it's time for me to start dating. Move on, move forward. And it's like, anyone who's paying attention, like, you're not right. Like, something's wrong here. Especially like, you say you have mutual friends or something like that that happens to see both your accounts. So, like, they see it for themselves. Like, whatever. Some people, like, it's, they'll reach out to the person being smeared, and they'll be like, did you seriously do all this? This is what's being said. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I had to tell numerous people, like, please stop telling me. Please stop telling me this stuff. There's nothing I can do. I can't ask her to stop. She's not going to. And it's like, to me, when she first did it, back in September of last year, she said it was like cheating on her, but I didn't do anything like that. She hacked all my phones, everything. She changed all my not all my passwords. She changed a couple of them. Went through all my Facebooks. I have 3 of them now. 2 of them back then. She went through my Facebooks and just went back 10 years. We've been together for 7, so it's kind of like, well, 8, almost. February will be 8. Yeah, but this year I guess doesn't really count as much. We had some great nights, but she just couldn't let things go, and she started too many problems, but it's my fault. I started these problems. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, she put me down so much and all that. Then she blocked me, and then hasn't had me on Facebook since, and it's just bullshit. Okay. I gotta find where I was. Finding them. Shatter. Okay, so after it shatters their world, confronting them with their own lies will push them over the edge due to the fact that they fear losing control and being seen for who they truly are. This may cause the mask to come off and their true insidious intentions will be seen. Such confrontations cause reality to set in, and them being caught in their web of lies, which is what keeps them going, would end their cover. Losing and being left by a supplier who provided them with one of their many needs is not just a blow to their ego, but can cause a complete mental breakdown. So going no contact when they leave, they're so going no contact when they leave, so makes them feel lost and causes them to search tirelessly for a new supply, a new person that will look at them as a victim and hold them on that pedestal. All this must be exhausting and mentally draining to a narcissist. However, the victim is the one who suffers a completely different level. The victim is innocent and only wants to love and be loved. Being a truly empathic person, the victim stays until the narc either kills or the victim finds a reason to live without them. Whether it be business relationship, a parent, friend, or lover, once the victim begins to recognize the abuse and retaliates, there's never real closure to this type of situation in which the narcissist feels his or her true identity is at stake. Being able to place boundaries while knowing when to let go, when to let go of what's not working will help the victim set themselves free from the never-ending cycle when drama, chaos, and surrounds a narcissist, which only wreaks havoc in one's world. Once no contact with soul or boundaries are set with a parent, a boss, a friend, then for once may the victim find the true love and respect that they were so willing to give and the success they deserve, which they have been repeatedly robbed from having. Right? Respondents to such unpleasant realities, they can manifest singly, serially, or in combination. Include these 5. Okay, so I want to back before I read these 5 things, and I'll read a sentence again and remind me. That's basically what I was saying there was about like the love and all that. Like empathic people like myself, like I've always just wanted a family before I got noticed with my music, stuff like that. Like I just wanted to have people that I love and who love me, not because I'm rich and famous or something stupid, right? And it's like all this work, like so, like my prime was because what you gave me, but then you took the music away from me. Like you told me, like, you know, you made a comment that made me stop making music, which okay. And then you asked me to stop smoking weed, which weed would let me clean all the time and like want to be playful and stuff. So I was like, this person changed me, but that's just it. Like I'm so devoted that you asked me to stop doing something, I stopped doing it. You say something that it seems like it's offended you in a way or something, I'll make sure it never happens again. And that's why I kept changing myself, and it's like, you don't see that I'm like getting the life sucked out of me and I'm sad. And like there were times that I'd be in the shower just talking shit to myself because it's the last thing she said to me. And it's like, I didn't realize that she was a narcissist at the time. I started looking into it when she started calling me a narcissist out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell's a narcissist? I look it up, like, that's not me. That's you. This is what you've been like fucking lately, not me. And it's like, so the more she kept doing it, the more I'd realize she's a narcissist, and it sucks. So anyways, what I just said, the responses to such unpleasant realities, they can manifest singly, serially, or in combination, includes these 5. Ready? Blame subordinates, double down on your mistakes, deflect, retreat from the world by avoiding decisions, seeking distractions, hiding in the trappings of success, protected by a circle of approving acolytes. Give the silent treatment, which I'm getting right now and it hurts. Indulge in paranoia. Silent treatments from the narc due to setting boundaries or calling them or calling them out on their lies. Escape through high risk, even passively suicide behavior. Withholding sex as a punishment or money in business relationships or love from a parent or sibling. Like, this one I'm being, I can't even see my kids. And it's over bullshit reasons. And it's like, this, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I get told something and I repeat what I'm told and now I can't see my kids? Like, wow. And I'm being told, like, she's basically mentally abusing them and putting me down. And it's like, what are you doing? Anyways, silent treatments mixed with disregarding while breadcrumbing the victims. Yes, they have more than one of you. They will keep stringing those along until the one breaks or the string is detached and the victim refuses to get lost in their crumbs or the web of lies. Along the way, which are basically the BS words that keep their victims going through the cycle of rejection and master manipulation techniques, the tactics used out of spite, usually due to the fact the mask that was once used to hide from the world at large has now failed them and their true face has been seen. Now the narcissist has lost, they are forced to retreat back to following the same cycles. With or without the victim, he or she will rise again and break down again in the near future as the cycle repeats. Okay, love bombing again. The same tactics never get old until one realizes how broken they have become through the cycle that is finally ending on the victim's terms. Finally finding out that they are just in the supply and demand industry through the soulless creature, the victim begins to question what is real and true. Once the victim begins to live again without being controlled by the narcissist, then the narcissist at hand begins to sink. The once intuitive, empathic side of the victim holds hidden within, which has been laid dormant since meeting the narcissist, has now found its way out, only to realize losing control of one's once precious self has now come to an end, without the question or apologies ever being given or answered, because the narcissist at play is now done and is incapable of taking any responsibility for his or her actions. When the narcissist is called out on his or her wrongdoings, then all hell is to pay. The above scenarios are put in motion and the victims turn to either play the game and stay in the toxic cycle or get out and end it for good. Once one realizes that they have gone through these stages in any type of relationship, then it's up to them to set firm boundaries and leave and go no contact. Whatever the situations, one's mental health is far more important than any job, parents, or an SO. However, when going no contact, the narcissist will lose its source that fills a void and has to once again seek out another. Because the narcissist is used to being in control and getting their way when they do experience a loss, it's only temporary. However, it's a huge blow to their ego. When they lose a prey, especially ones that's been there for a long while, they lose their self-worth, and the pride they had is now divided on getting the victim back while searching for another to fill his or her space. The end phase. A complete breakdown, mentally, emotionally, physically tied to their victim through their own sick needs, and the denial sets in. Being such a coward, they retreat and hide from the world at large in fear that they might be caught with their mask off, until they fill the void of, or try to once again win over the one that got away. Having lost their phase, they hope the victim will once again fulfill the narcissist's needs by engaging in their typical scheme. Going no contact has been the ultimate betrayal for the narcissist, who is slowly becoming unhinged due to the fact that they have lost all control. The ultimate win for the victim is being a witness to the deterioration, defeat, and the end of the narcissist in his or her world. So, like I said, it's always going to be said for you to go no contact. Always go no contact when you realize you're with the narcissist. If you're devoted to someone and you love them completely, don't do that. Don't go no contact, because it sucks. I mean, like, the best thing you can do is stay in contact, unless it's court ordered. Stay in contact and just